Extra hours, extra hours, extra hours.
Reality
Extra
TV.
hours, extra hours, yes. And if that gets taken and used, I do want a little bit of residuals. Not a lot, but I'm just saying, just hook up your boy just to be like extra hours. And who's Brandon? Nah, hey, what? Subpoena, huh?
Yeah. Nah, Brandon, honestly, thank you so much, man. It's good to catch up with you again.
It's been blessings.
It's been a while. You get me? Like, how's everything going, man? How are you, bro?
Life's amazing. I've decided to take my late 30s and relive them the way I should have in my 20s. So I'm in the gym 4 days a week. I was in the gym before I came here, actually. I did a gym session with my legs before I came here. That was dope. I did a little bit of shopping. I make pancakes every Sunday because I like the uniformity of it. And pancakes are delicious and they smell fantastic. I'm living a life where it's regimented, and I'm trying to keep my old body going strong because I ain't got kids yet. Pull out game strong, but when I do have kids, I don't want to be them old fathers on the block who just can't chase their kids and too tired to I'm gonna be there. So take care of my body, take care of my mind, take care of my future right now.
Yeah. I had a conversation here, big up Shocker here. I had a conversation with one of our good friends on the platform here.
Yeah.
And we spoke about, once again, the difference obviously between men and women, meaning like, you know, like obviously having kids. Mm-hmm. And Shocker was saying that obviously, you know, like sometimes when you're in your early 20s, a lot of people tell you, oh, you still got your whole time ahead of you. It's cool, like live your life and then you settle down later on down the line. And then he said something very interesting that stuck with me. He said, but when you get in your 30s or your mid 30s as a man, sometimes certain people look at you like, oh, have you got kids? If you say no, some people be like, "Raw, how come you haven't had no kids yet?" You got what I'm saying? Like, have you ever experienced that? And what are your thoughts in terms of even that? Because obviously you said you still don't have kids.
So here's the thing. They'll say, why you ain't got kids? Because I would have been a horrible father. I can tell you, out in my 20s, horrible father. Mid-20s, late 20s, even early 30s, I would have been the trashiest father whatsoever. And that's a question, that's a testament to how we don't have standards in our community of being good parents. Why is there the rush on getting it done early as opposed to getting it done right? If you got a kid, I'm not taking shots at you. What I'm saying is, your kid deserves the best you can give. And it's very, very rare that you can give the best of you in your 20s. I'm still learning shit in my late 30s. The best of you, what you say your kid deserves, you can't give in your 20s. But the truth is this, we don't want to give our kids our best because we don't look at our kids as something we want to raise to be the best individual they can. We have a child as a tool to give us the love and affection that we're lacking. Lady, you knew he didn't want to be with you. You had the kid anyway. Why? Because it wasn't about the kid. It was about you. No shots, just all love. I'm saying this under all love. I'm saying this in love. You did not have the kid to raise this little boy. And I'm saying boys because women, you got it on lock. You support each other and it's fantastic. But young boys, we struggling in these streets because y'all don't teach us how to conflict. Y'all don't teach us how to de-escalate. Y'all don't teach us how to be accountable. You just expect us to know this. And when you expect us to know this, you don't give us that environment in which we can thrive and learn to be accountable, learn to express our emotions. You know how many times a boy's got his head damn near busted for slamming a door? That's therapy for a young black man. We can't shout at you. We can't tell you you're wrong. We can't say shut up. Slamming the door should be so. Here's what we do. You grab a pillow. That's what we had to do because there was no encouragement on young boys to develop themselves in a masculine manner. But there's a very large influence, a large emphasis on expressing ourselves in a feminine manner. Men, young boys, this is the most feminine generation of young boys I've ever seen. Volatile. And some of the coldest gangsters I knew growing up, they weren't emotional. They do something to you, but it had to be earned. It had to be really justified. Before I shoot him, please make sure that he is exactly why and who he's that guy. Make sure I didn't have to do this. I don't want to do this on a whim because no one wants to go to jail. Fast forward to today. Dudes are emotional. One little, he stepped in my Jordans. It's just crazy because that's the emotional feminine response this young boy has learned from his feminine, his aunts, whether it's his mother, whether it's his sisters, cousins, whatever. Now, I'm saying this, and I want to make this very clear. This is what women do, and it's not their fault because women do what women do. It's our fault for shooting up the club in women who don't deserve to have our kids. we've been taught that our validation is men sexually orgasming inside a woman. It's not. Girls will guilt you. And if you've ever experienced this, you have sex with a girl and don't orgasm. Oh my goodness.
It's the end of the world.
She locking the doors on you, bro. She's no way she's letting you leave without you, because that's how they validate their worth through their vagina. And it's sad, but women who do this is because there's nothing else to offer. So going back to your original thing, why don't I have a kid? It's because I have not found a female that was that way. I feel earning of what I'm bringing to the table. Look, I take care of myself. I read, I educate myself. I'm trying to be the best version of me I can be. Just gonna give it to some random big titty, big ass, pretty bitch. What? All that hard work, just gone.
Just for that.
Just for that. And it's not the same thing I can do with her, I can do by myself, bro. But less money spent.
Yeah.
And in a more efficient manner. I can do it myself and go play
With no
PS4
headache,
with
heartache.
no headache, no heartache,
Yeah.
no frustration, no, well, I just don't understand. I don't see what's so funny. None of that. Pow! They still the same.
Yeah.
So that's why, man. I'm just trying to, and when I do have my kid, I want to give him the best I can be, and I'm still working on that.
Why comedy career?
Yeah.
How's your comedy career going?
The comedy career has taken a little bit of a backseat because it's gone back to what I was saying. I could make a very good living in comedy if I changed a few fundamental things about myself. If I became a little bit more feminine, a little less assertive, a little more comical. I don't want to put a comical version of myself across if it's not real. I like to make comedy that makes you think. I like to make jokes that spark that little imagination. But that's not what's hot in the streets nowadays. People don't want to think in comedy. People don't want to be entertained and educated. They just want that little bang bang.
Yeah.
Dude, listen, if I started sucking dick tomorrow, I would be on BBC 3, the funniest motherfucker you ever seen. Because it'd be a feminized they would be comfortable with me. I'm gonna be 100. A lot of people are not comfortable around me because I come off as this big black guy. But when I start talking, we crack jokes, we're cool. But people automatically have this, whoa, you're talking about your sense and stuff. Like, one of my jokes, I say that it's messed up to talk about taking people's stuff. It's messed up to brag about taking people's stuff. I thought it was messed up until I went to a museum. And it's a very simple joke, but it points out the fact that a lot of people go to museums on a daily basis not realizing you're looking at stolen people's property. You're looking at stolen people's property on a daily. Thank you.
As soon as you said it, I was thinking,
yeah,
I know exactly where it's going.
That's it. Like you're looking at, but here's the thing: we put that like, yeah, so look, let's go to the Great British Museum. It's fantastic, and that's for every museum that doesn't have. If it was all British stuff in the British Museum, I'd be with it. Cool. Why am I seeing Zimbabwean artifacts in the British Museum, bro? If you saw Shafiq's stuff in my house and I'm showing it all,
it doesn't make sense, does it?
How did Shafiq? No, he don't even know about that. That's my museum, and you looking at Shafiq's his robe that I got from his great grandfather, and I have it in my house with a little card that says where. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. So that type of thing, I like to make jokes about stuff that make people think, but that turns me like, well, I don't want to think about real stuff. I just want to laugh. And that comedy kind of is whack to me. And no disrespect to any comedian in the scene, anyone who's doing that prostrating stuff where it's just like saying whatever to make, people giggle, laugh. I'm not with it. So I went the other direction. I started doing more videos. I'm working on a podcast and we dropping in January, and it's probably one of the realest things I've ever done in my life, because I'm talking about how Christianity is the greatest religion. If you want to subdue a people you've oppressed for over 400, 500 years. I'm talking about how stuff I mentioned earlier about how the effemination of young black men is the only thing that keeps us where we are. Because if you take that out, we start to thrive. If you have young black, imagine if 50 black guys started jogging together every morning. After the police stop us a few times, people are going to be very much afraid, like, these motherfuckers stay jogging. Yeah. What they jogging for? Is everything okay? I challenge this. If we got 100 black guys to just start jogging in the park, police will be called in 4 minutes. I will put that out. If me, it don't even have to be trying to break records. Yeah. If we just jogging and maybe wearing all black, but nothing more. Like, we ain't chanting, we're not saying whitey die, nothing like that. If we just start jogging, people be scared. Because unity in the black community is so scarce.
Yeah, it's rare.
But when it happens, it gets attention. So, Comedy's taking the back seat because I decided to develop myself more and not put myself in a situation where I'd have success but regret it.
Okay. So, like the state of comedy that we spoke about last time as well, the state of comedy, especially in the UK, yeah? Like, what type of, right now, like what kind of comedians do you rate and what kind of comedians do you kind of
Well,
like?
as always, Nads is a fantastic comedian. Nads is great. Limbs is also very funny.
Big up Nads, big up Limbs.
Ali Woods, fucking amazing host, an amazing comedian. Yeah. Listen, you know what? I respect the experiences that you've had with him. I'm saying, he's a cool dude. I've done shows with him. You know what I mean? Like, I have to have everyone, I have respect for mine, respect for your experiences. So, you know what I mean? Who else? Fucking Edwin Jr. He's funny as shit, and he does a lot of stuff. Yeah, Edwin Jr. He's dope. He's dope. And who else am I trying to think of? And I gotta give shout outs to Junior Booker. Junior Booker's a funny ass.
You took the foot on my mind.
Yeah, I gotta give props.
Booker is crazy.
He's amazing. He's
one of my favorites, to be quite honest.
And who? Michael Franklin. Now, Michael Franklin, he's not just a great comedian. He's a great comedian and a great promoter. He does a lot of international shows. He got me on the Victorious Festival in Portsmouth, bruh. Victorious, Portsmouth, the land of thick white women. I swear to God, I've never seen so many thick white women. And I don't mean fat, but like in shape. I'm like, they take care of themselves. It's actually very impressive in Portsmouth how they take care of themselves. I mean, so that was a dope festival. Yeah. And who else would I say? And Steve McLean. Look, Steve McLean, he's a comic lover as I am. And the guy, if you just got him in a Comic-Con, he would kill the room for 2 hours straight with no material because he's just that goddamn good. So, yeah, I try to keep my ear to the ground, but I also like to create more jokes myself than watch other people. So I like to look here what's happening there, but I also love to make funny. I like to make jokes.
Yeah, make original jokes.
Yeah.
So obviously, moving forward, obviously this year is nearly finished. We've got like 2-3 months to the end of the year.
Yeah.
Like comedy-wise, like in terms of like your own material, are you always writing, regardless of if you're
sure.
obviously acting? Are you always writing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you plan to maybe do some gigs? Do you like for the rest of the year? What do you plan?
I mean, I got a gig in December in a place called Singleton. That's gonna be dope. That's through Steve McLean. Shout out Steve McLean. I may be able to do something in Haringey, but I gotta talk to a. Actually, I just hosted a gig in Fulham last week, Friday. It was a bunch of people with a lot of money and pretty girls that got their parents to pay for surgery and shit. It's one of those places. Very weird. It was like the whole neighborhood was there, and I'm thinking the black in me, the nigga in me, is like, if all y'all here, who's at your houses? Like respecting, like how are all of y'all just leaving your houses just unattended? And this is a place where they ain't got curtains. They ain't got shades. It's just you can see their 4K.
Glass houses.
Yes, bro. I'm just like, y'all just got it so good. Y'all got it way too good. Like niggas I know would have a field day with that. Yeah. But so that was last week Friday. So I guess going forward, I'm not trying. Moving forward, I'm doing more shows that are in line with my own sensibilities as a comedian. So I got the one in December. If another one comes up, cool. Haringey. I would say just pay attention to my Instagram at the Brandon Palmer. They're gonna put it. No, I'm not gonna put it right there. But at the at the Brandon Palmer. That's all my stuff in regards to my stand-up comedy, my training stuff that I do, the tech stuff that I do, basketball coaching because I do coaching on the weekends also, and my new podcast will be coming out in January. So. Yes, and I would love to get YouTube brothers on it.
I would love to.
We'll be on that.
I would love to. Like, obviously, people can hear your accent, right?
Yes.
You're originally from America, yeah?
Yes, I am.
And obviously, I always say to people, I've been in this country for years and years, and my accent still comes out sometimes, yeah? Like, for the people that are watching, yeah? Like, would you say, you've been obviously in the UK for many, many years, yeah? But you've still got the accent. Do you feel like, have you ever felt like still to a certain degree, like you're more American than British, or over these years you definitely feel like you're British?
I mean,
and give people a background.
Okay, so I was born in Baltimore, Maryland, and I came out here when I was 15 years old, and it immediately struck me the differences in regards to how we process information. Like, I look outside, it's gray, it's rainy. This is still a pretty good day. I'm not going front. This is still a pretty good day. But most British people are like, oh, look at the sky and blah. All right, cool, fair dues. So it's a shitty day when it's great. All right, cool. Let's put some blue out there. Let's turn up the heat. Oh, it's too hot. Why is it so hot? Okay, cool. So when it's gray, it's not cool. When it's sunny, it's not cool. Let's make it super cold and stuff. Oh, there's snow. I don't like it. There's no happiness nowhere with the weather. The only thing that makes British people really happy with the weather is alcohol. When British people get drunk, they have the best energy in the world. I swear to God. They're friendly. They're American when they drunk. When they drink, they're American. Straight up. They're more American when they drink than I am dead sober. So that's something that I also noticed. I would say I'm American in my core because I just look at opportunity in things. I saw you guys got a weights bench. I'm like, you know what? I can't front. That's what dudes in Baltimore would do. We just have a bunch of guys just get to the best. Just do some weights. Just do some weights.
Outside.
Everyone just do some sets and boom, we keep everyone healthy because we give a shit about our homies. And this is more a guy thing. This isn't a joke, but it's an observation I made that you see fat friends, like you see a fat female with a really sexy girlfriend. She don't care about her girlfriend. Because there's no way we have our fat homeboy just staying fat, not try working or so. They be like, yo, we're going to play some basketball. Oh, I'm going to sit there. Get your fat ass up. Let's go play some basketball, bro. Come on, man. Yeah, like, yo, you're not going to sit. Or if football, you know how many fat guys I've seen playing football with their friends because we don't let our homies just go sit. No, I'm just going to get your fat ass up. Let's go play some football or something. Come on, man. Like, we want to look out for our peoples like that. So I see the opportunity. I see the good vibes. I just want to have a good time. That's the Americanness in me.
Yeah.
And the Britishness, I would say, is a little bit more hesitant. Like, there's a beauty of Britishness where they can risk assess an idea to death. Whereas I'm like, yo, let's get some bikes and ride. All right, cool. Where's the bikes gonna come from? Have the tires been pumped? Where are we going? Do we have permission? How long are we gonna ride for? Who's gonna bring water? It's like, yo, stop killing the idea. Get the motherfucking bike. Let's go. We'll work the rest out. What are we gonna eat? We'll work out when we're gonna eat the rest. We'll just work the shit out. So I would say that'd be the difference. In regards to, do I feel British? Only when I'm sick and I get that free healthcare. That's when I feel very British. Now I feel super British when, oh, what? Bring out that burgundy passport. Sir, yeah, yo, let me get some of that health. Maybe it'll take me 6 months to get better, but that's cool. My pocket's not suffering. We can do that. So,
how come a lot of people get distracted more than obviously certain people who kind of like, and sometimes when you try, sometimes it's like, I realize for many years, when you try to tell people, no, this is all a distraction because the government, this and that, like so many people have been brainwashed here for so long to a point where over the years, they look at you like you're going crazy, like you're, you know, conspiracy theorists, like what are you talking about, this and that. Like, why do you think so, till this day, like, so obviously we've got these gadgets and whatever, why do you think so many people still, for me personally, I feel like the more the years go on, the easier even, like, more people are getting even distracted, the easier. Like, what are your thoughts on that? And yeah, like, just in general, however you want to take it.
I'm going to be very honest. It's easy to distract a person who doesn't like themselves, doesn't love themselves, doesn't know themselves. When you have a core, when you have a foundation in yourself, it's hard to shake it with external influences. But when you don't have a really solid core, let me be very, very clear. There's a lot of functionally depressed people in this world. You are depressed, but you can function. No one can see that you're sad. No one can see that you got hurt in your eyes. No one can see, but you are not whole. Because instead of trying to work on what's happening in here or in there, you're just worried about what Diddy's doing. You worry about what R. Kelly's doing. You worry about Kendrick and Lamar and their beef and stuff. And the more I realized I don't need to look outside, the happier I become. Now, FOMO, fear of missing out, that's a thing that a lot of people have. But I really feel like FOMO is really, really, really important for individuals that got nothing else going on. If you're afraid of missing out, you're not worried about what you got in. What are you missing out on? That you can't talk about gossip? That you can't relate to other people that talk about celebrities and stuff? Like, ultimately, whatever Kendrick do, Diddy do, R. Kelly do, that ain't got nothing to do with me. It don't put money in my pocket. I like the remix to Ignition, Hot and Fresh Out the Kitchen, but it don't do nothing else for me. It doesn't do anything else for me. So when you have a society that's as sad as we are the saddest that we've ever been in history as a collective. So it's easy to distract. It's so easy because we can see someone else's success and vicariously be happy for them. I'm done with being happy for other people's success. I want to be happy for my success. I want to be happy for my growth, my development, my achievements. And that can come off as selfish. Good! Supposed to be selfish.
How you meant to elevate?
That's it.
You're
You're supposed to care about yourself. Yeah. But we get tricked into this over empathetic situation where it's like, oh no, did that terrible thing happen to you? That's so sad. No, it's an opportunity to grow. Diamonds are made with pressure. Everything that's pressuring us is an opportunity to make us better. But nobody wants the discomfort of getting better. It goes back to accountability. To learn something, favorite video game, whether it was Street Fighter or whatever, you got your ass whooped in the beginning. You got beat by the computer.
Hell,
because it hurt. How many times you can lose to the same student as Hadouken? It hurts. But it makes you better because you persevere. But we don't do that no more. We're not teaching how to persevere. We're not teaching how to, but why persevere? Well, you can watch Sean Combs get in trouble with the law against sex trafficking. Ho, ho, ho. Why work on yourself when you can look at Young Thug in his RICO case? Isn't that spicy? Oh my goodness, is Kendrick Lamar and Drake beefing? Put that book down. Don't educate yourself. Sit here, watch this shit, and then just let it all go away. That's it. And you know what? We talk about, I'm talking about Kendrick, I'm talking about the rest of that shit. The biggest damn distraction, is sleep. I'm not saying you don't need enough sleep in life. Don't get it twisted, you do. But wouldn't you be more at peace, more happy by doing things in life than just sleeping your life away? Dreams is an escape from reality. And people who like to sleep all the time are sleeping to escape the reality they can't stand. We don't talk about it. We don't acknowledge it. We don't want to admit it, but sleep is the biggest drug in the society that we live in today. Everyone wants to be asleep. People, don't tell me about being woke. What are you doing while you're awake? What are you doing while you're awake? And it's not a competition. You shouldn't give a shit what I did. You shouldn't give a shit what Shafiq did. What did you do this morning? What did you do yesterday? Are you better than the person you woke up as? If not, you slipping. You slipping. You trying to get up on Diddy updates. What have you done? I mean, as much as what he's being accused of is horrible shit, homeboy's putting work in. You think average broke ass dudes could fly sexy ass girls across the state? No. And we're not going to talk about the fact that they're just up here putting their bodies on the line, having sex with it. Let's not talk about that, because you can do whatever you want your body, baby, do you. And then in 35 years, you can say how it was wrong. But what I'm saying is ultimately everything in America that's going, even the election and stuff that's going on, yeah, it's important to have a person to lead the country. But I'm going to be 100. If Trump wins, we're screwed for a different reason.
We're screwed for the whole.
We're screwed for a different reason. Because Donald Trump will unite black people in a way no one else ever has.
Isn't that a good thing, though?
It's a fantastic thing.
Yeah.
But because it's such a dangerous thing to the world, bro, just imagine, bro, if we just all started working together. Let's say there was a black person that was maliciously, horribly destroyed by the police for something, and we just, oh, word, y'all do that? We just don't work for that week. No one. Basketball players, football players, electricians, communication. The world grinds to a fucking halt. What are you talking about, Brandon? How's Trump going to unite black people? Because whenever Trump gets into office, white people show out. They get confident. They bring out their tiki torches. They get so confident that they outwardly display their racism. And that's what unifies black. Oh, so y'all really look at all of us like niggas? Oh shit!
Y'all flipping and reversing it.
This is what I'm saying. If you look at it, whenever Trump's in power, those white people get so brazen with their racism. They're like, oh, let me pick that up, nigga, and get out of my face. It's like, yo, this motherfucker just go out loud, and then we all realize they really do look at us all the fucking same, and that's what happens. It won't be the Steve Harveys. It won't be the Ricky Smileys. It won't be any of the black people's faces that you see as celebrities that can save it. Because when we realize we're all looked on as niggas by white people who are scared of us for no reason, I'm lying. It's not no reason. The reason they're scared is because if you oppress a white person for 400 years, you think they ain't gonna have some get back for your ass? There's no way you're getting away with that shit. So Trump winning messes up America. If what's her name wins, Kamala Harris, it's fantastic because you have a black a black woman, not just a black woman in charge, and ain't nothing better than a black woman in charge, child. Ooh, that's what it is. We've been ran by black women for how many decades? Because fun fact, I may have said this with you already, and if I did, I apologize. I'm bringing it back. We were such a threat as black men. We couldn't just be killed. That wasn't enough. We had to be buck broken. Do you brothers know what buck breaking is?
Nah.
Kind of.
Buck breaking is public sodomy.
Yeah.
Is when you have the strongest black guy, you put him in a public place in front of all of his other black peoples, you get a device which was created to ram up his anus and sodomize him in front of his whole community. Yeah. And that is what takes us down. It wasn't enough to just kill us, bro.
That is crazy.
Get your phone and check it out right now. You can type, go incognito mode. Check out buck breaking. It was a technique used.
I check out. Well,
yeah, no, bro, it was you can pause it. I'll wait. You can pause it right now. I will wait for your reaction.
And I'll keep going, though. Keep going.
But what I'm saying is, there's been so much of emphasis to keep black men down. It puzzles me that we're confused how we are where we are right now. Young black men are being led to this place of just femininity, and when you have we're testosterone. When you put feminine energy in testosterone, horrible things happen. Because we can't manage our emotions like women manage their emotions. That's it. We break stuff. We hurt things.
You said buck breaking.
Buck breaking. BUCKBR. Yeah. You can look at it yourself. Buck breaking was a technique used in slavery to keep certain slaves down, and it was always the ones who seemed to be the most strongest, the leaders, those motherfuckers. So
the ones that used to work in the house.
Well, you know what? They worked in the house afterwards, but I'm like the ones that would be like looking at the slave master. I'll kill the shell shoe. Oh, you're looking at me like Kimball. Okay, cool. Get that shit on and then ram it up there. But again, going back to
it looks crazy. I see it. Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
But going back to let's take it to another point. Mm-hmm. So America is a great country. I'm not going to deny it is. I had some of the best moments I've had in America, straight up. But America is it's its own internal country. It doesn't give a shit about the world. Till this day, there are some Americans that don't know that black people can be British or English or whatever. Yeah. Idris Elba, he started the trend for sure, but if a guy in America say like, yo, fuck you English and black guy, I didn't even know your motherfuckers existed. The fuck is that shit? So as much as America's cool, America's also very, very behind the times because they don't look outside.
The thing is, it's hard for them to kind of break it down. But
also they don't want to break it down.
African American.
Yeah, but that don't even make sense because Africa's not a goddamn country.
Yeah, like, it's a continent.
It's a continent. If you said Zimbabwean American, or if you said Nigerian American, if you said Sierra Leonean American, all these things make sense and it's fine. But Africa ain't a country. And it's just like, it's so dumb that we still just won't acknowledge certain things. But like I said, that's a world problem. Brandon doesn't concern himself with that too tough. As passionate as I am, I accept that's what it is. When I do have my kids, I'm going to teach them as much as I can that you are the most important thing of what's going on. It ain't the TV, it ain't the radio, it ain't Mary J. Blige, shout out to the Queen. But it's just like, it's about what you got going on in here. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is.
I want to go back to, did you have the opportunity to take in Supercell?
No, I didn't. You know what? I wanted to sit down and be able to like really, I wanted to be able to watch it without being too judgmental because something about the Mandem I find hilarious. It's just the funniest thing. It's the funniest thing to me because you have an entity that in my ears, it sounds so proper and regal and sophisticated, but it's also very dangerous at the same time. It's like, hey fam, while going fam, you know, listen here, you man here, you man need to come back. I love that accent. I love it. It's hilarious.
No, he said no.
I beg you come chat the man, yeah. It's fucking hilarious.
It was good, fam.
Yeah. You take a man for idiot, fam. I beg you say it again, yeah. You take a man for idiot, fam.
Yeah.
It's fun. I have so much fun with that accent, yo.
You can actually do, like, you can be one of the first Americans to actually proper do.
Listen, but this is the thing. Top Boy, Supercell, that shit just makes me laugh so much because it's like, you remember when the terminology came for stealing something was suck for remember a very short time, I sucked this man's phone. Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
what you did? What?
Yeah.
You did what to him? Listen, man sucks phones for days, you know, fam. Your phone, man will suck your phone. Man will suck your mom's phone, you know, fam. Man will suck your mom's phone. It's like, wait, what's happening? What are we talking about? This is ridiculous. I can't. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So it's just I love. So I haven't. It's on my list of things to do. Have you seen it? Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched the whole thing. One of the reasons why I just asked because obviously Supercell was very interesting. Meaning like. Obviously, in the UK, a lot of us British people in the UK, for a while now, we've been saying that we're sick and tired of the same hood movies, hood, the same thing, and we're tired of them. And like one thing that obviously Supercell was proper good because most of it was about powers and whatever. But one thing I realized still within Supercell there was still like that hood element within within the thing. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And after, because I'm not gonna lie, I watched it back a couple of times as well, not just once. Like to proper, you know, sometimes when you watch one thing and then it's like you miss certain things, and when you watch it back again, sometimes you end up seeing even more things that you missed. And for me, like when I watched it again, basically, one of the things that I kept on asking myself, like, even though Supercell is cold and they still kept a little hood element within Supercell, like couldn't Rapman find a way to completely remove that hood element out of it so that it literally just like it literally just gives you that vibe of like this is proper, like different, nothing to do with hood or whatever.
You know what?
You got to understand, but obviously,
I think it's a thing of some directors.
Yeah.
When you look at them and you see like their portfolios, kind of like look at Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, from Tarantino.
Yeah. His movies. If he gets onto a project, he does the same kind of like Kill Bill.
I guess so. Yeah.
And then he done from Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah.
And all of like everything. When you actually take in what he's doing,
He's got a
it's all the
formula.
same.
He's got a formula. Yeah.
It's all the same. So I think Rapman is on kind of on the same.
I'm not gonna preach. You know, I've been I'm not gonna preach. I'm not gonna preach a lot. There is a perception of black British people that will not be allowed to change.
interesting.
Here's the proof. You can look this up. Don't just believe me. There was a few years ago 3 Sainsbury commercials for Christmas. There was a white one, there was an Asian one, there was a black one. And it was all just wholesome families being together during Christmas time, having a good time. The white one was fine, the Asian one was fine. The black one was okay in what they were showing, but the amount of people that were mad in the comments, over 17,000 comments, they were so bad, they took the comments off. You know how bad your comments have got to be to remove them completely? Bruh, there is a large institution in this country that will only look at black British people as being the mandem fam. Listen, yeah, man can't be an astrophysicist in thing fam. Man has to be in the hood, yeah. Man has to be in the end, yeah. Listen, man's got dreams, you know. Man's want to go to Carnegie Hall, yeah. And man's want to be a composer, fam. But they won't let man do that, you know, fam. Man's to stay on the streets, you know, fam. You think man wants to be on the road, yeah? Selling things every day. Man likes kite flying, you know, fam. Man wants to do simple things, fam. But they won't let man do that, fam. Every time man wants to be better, yeah, they say no. Go shop your thing, fam. So, whatever. It's just and it's obvious.
Yeah.
If you look at who goes through black, if it's not on that wave of, perfect example, Dave is a fantastic artist. But Dave should be way further than he is. He should be so much further. But because he's associated with that whole black British, it's a low ass ceiling. And I don't blame the media for that. I blame us. Because if we stop peddling money to all the rest of that bullshit they put out, they would stop fucking with the image. You remember Misfits?
Yeah.
That show should have went for
That
fucking
show should have been gone.
It should have been.
Yo.
But you had a black guy in there, the one that could travel time and shit.
Yeah.
He wasn't the standard, and it's just like, well, why do we have to fall in, like we don't fit in Hollyoaks. You know, I would love to see a man.
Hey, this is how you know it's British culture. You know?
Yeah.
Hollyoaks,
Brookside, Emmerdale, bruh. I would
Jeez.
just put some real black people in there. You know what I mean? If they really wanted to, they could do a soap opera on Peckham Rye. They can do a soap opera on Camden Town. They can do a soap opera on any of these things that have a natural black element, but they don't. Supercell has to have that hood element because that's what they see and that's what they can identify. If you had a bunch of affluent young black people doing shit well at like a British show, they'd have one fucking season because we don't know how to sell this. These black, no one's. Tyrone doesn't have 4 baby mamas. Fucking, it's just like Femi isn't fighting people. Fucking, yeah, it's the same shit, but we just don't want to see it. Yeah. And I'm gonna say this, I include myself. We don't work hard enough, and we look for a handout. And I'll take it back to what we kind of talked about earlier. So it's a feminine thing to expect the man to pay you in the first date. That's how it's always been. You expect that because you're giving your time as a female, they pay for the meal, that's how it goes. That's been passed down to the men. So now a lot of us are coming out here kind of hat in hand. Bro, right now, you're filming this on a tripod, which I have had once in my life. I've had that tripod on your phone. You got the top, you're doing your thing, you are grinding right now. You are one out of probably 10,000 black guys who are doing that. But those other 10,000 are trying to get shit that you need, but they're bringing bullshit. Yo, if you just help me, man, I'll do this. If you just help me, if you just do this, if you just do this, if you do this, you're doing it. You're filming me right now. You're helping interviewing right now. You're putting in the work. There's not enough of us putting in the work, but the ones who aren't are the most vocal. We ain't got this and we ain't got that. And if the bro, one day you're gonna have people writing to you. And you're going to have to turn down so many people because they're not serious. Because they want you to pay for it. They want you to do everything. And they don't want to step up. You know what I mean? So we just need to step up more. That's what the thing is. And it sounds so bad. But it only sounds bad because a lot of people are listening to it with a feminine mind. If you are putting the work in yourself, you will find a way to make it happen. You can do a podcast for free. You can do movies for free. You can put them on YouTube. You don't need a bunch of high production shit to do it. And a lot of it is the failure that they're afraid of. They don't want to do it because they don't want to fail, because they fail. That feminine part of them, I don't want to be accountable for my failing, because if I'm accountable for my failing, then now I'm going to feel bad. Dead that. We have to work and work and work. And I don't mean you got to work 5 times harder than a white man. Dead that. Just put all the effort in that you got. And then the next day, do the same fucking thing. And you keep at it, and then that's how you start to build. Millionaires, people with money, they are watching us. But the fucked up thing is, they don't look like us. Most of the help and assistance I've got in my life has been from white people. I've been disrespected by black people. I've had opportunities taken away from by black people. But the most of the push, most of the hope, it's been from white people. But because we have this national aversion, there are some white people that are so empathetic. They're like, we know you've been done wrong. Let me just help you, put you in the right direction, put you in the right room, put you in the right place. But we have this mentality of, man, white people are evil. They've done all this wrong shit to us. It's been proven, unfortunately, we don't do well at helping ourselves. We don't.
I've always said that.
We don't do well at helping ourselves.
I've always said that, and people look at me like I'm crazy.
And that's the shit. I don't believe that seniority equals loyalty. Just because I've known you for 10, 15, 35 years don't mean I have to be loyal to you. That shit's earned. Like trust, it's earned through actions. Right. So there's millionaires out there. Don't get it twisted. There are people watching the content you put out right now, jacking that shit, remixing it and putting out themselves.
1,000,000%.
They were saying, we gotta take down the pride and start messaging people, hitting people up. Like, for example, if you do a video with somebody and they're wearing a shirt, email them. Say, hey, we got this video out. This guy's wearing your stuff. He loves you. We love your stuff. And we just want to say we appreciate the stuff you made. Is there any type of coaction? And it may not be money. You may not get money, but they may get you a new tripod. They may get you some editing time in the studio. They may be able to put you in the right direction. We just look at cash being the only transferable way to show respect. Bruh, the most opportunities I've gotten has very little to do with cash.
Nothing to do with money.
Very little. Very little. It's just the opportunity, being in the right space. Like, bruh, if you were offered a spot to go to the BAFTAs, even if they're not paying you, if you have to pay your way, you fucking go. Because you don't know who's going to be there. And this whole mentality, I don't see the point. That's why you go. You can't see the success that's in front of you. You ain't God. I can't see the awesome shit that lies for me after today. But I'm still gonna give my best. This video could go viral. This video could not. But I'm seeing you two brothers. I have a good energy from you guys. I'm enjoying myself. That's all I need. I don't need anything else. If anything else comes, I welcome it. But we've got to start believing outside of the pound or the dollar or whatever. Millionaires aren't millionaires because of what they have. It's of what they do and what they produce. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. We just need to produce more. We need to do more. We need to stop being so afraid. And this isn't a shot at women when I say feminine energy. But what I'm saying is feminine energy in men is toxic. That shit kills us. Because we can't afford to be emotional. We can't afford not to be accountable. We've got to learn. We've got to fuck up. We've got to grow. That's how we evolve. All the things that make women beautiful and amazing creatures fucking kills us. That shit inside of us does not help. So that's why the millionaires aren't helping, because there are some people who are diligent in what they do, but there's a lot who's not. And there's a lot of motherfuckers who will waste a bunch of people's money just because of pride. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, like I said, you're one day, Shafiq, you're going to be having people saying, yo, just give me 5 G's and look what I'll do. You think about this time, got the towel around filming and shit, like, I'm not giving 5 G's to this motherfucker. You know how many times I had to film to get this? And just to give it to who?
Yeah.
So it's accountability.
To be quite honest as well, just